How do I feel about the fan? I think it's better. I think the lighting's better. There's actually lights on. Anyway, welcome into Wiffle Wednesday live chat episode number 28. Off to a good start so far. It is 2026 Series 2 release day. I was literally just looking at the odds. I bet it just went live on Tops as well. Let me see if I can get some boxes here real quick. Maybe if I can grab some hobby boxes. They are $127.99 on Tops right now. However, if you were to go to like any of the secondary prices or secondary websites, I believe they're around 200 or more, which is just that's not right for Series 2 Tops. However, Hobby and Jumbo this year, they do have a lot of I'm in line right now. They have a lot of special inserts for this set. So they have a new insert. I think it's called Dugout Dirt or Dugout Diamond Dirt, something along those lines. It looks really cool. They showed it last night on social media. It's got like a sandpaper texture around the outline of the player, which then looks like it has an acrylic finish, which is pretty cool. My credit card is actually saved. Let's see if I can get it. See if I can get some hobby boxes of Series 2. I think I'm going to. We'll see. I was able to get Topps Chrome Platinum on release day, but I got some hobby boxes. Cool. That was nice. So, yeah, if you want to buy some Topps Series 2, you could go to Topps.com right now. The Yankees win. He hits me with a Yankees win today, but I didn't hear much last week other than your lucky Judge wasn't there. I think that's all I heard, and I'm well aware of the situation. Judge makes that lineup what feels like murderer's row. Really tough to face them with or without him. Frustrating game last night. It seems that this offense is exactly what we thought it was. 26th across the board in every metric. Chase DeLauders finally hit a bit of a wall, but it's okay. He's a rookie. It's going to happen. He's also hitting the ball pretty well. He's just getting a little bit unlucky. Brian Rocchio might make an all-star team. I believe my hot take before the season started with a few of my friends was that Brian Rocchio is a good baseball player, pretty good shortstop. So I am not upset with how a few players have played. I think the Stephen Kwan thing is over. I don't know what to do with that. Like Stephen Kwan looks like he is not a major league caliber hitter right now. And from this time last year, I saw a stat like June 9th to June 9th. He is like the qualified hitter in all of baseball. Couldn't get a safety squeeze down last night that would have tied the game. So I don't know if Stephen Kwan is in the majors at the All-Star break. He had like a little bit of a shakeup after he had a little time of bereavement. He came back and he looked better, but it hasn't stuck. So we'll see. I don't know what they're going to do with Stephen Kwan. He's so good, or he was so good, and the production is non-existent. They keep moving him further and further down in the lineup. I wish they would have done that a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. Daniel Schneemann was off to a hot start. He's ice cold now. Austin Hedges is ice cold. Patrick Bailey's batting like 140. He was never supposed to be an offensive juggernaut by any means, but 140 is a incredibly low batting average. So J-Ram is not his normal self so far, but he's not done either. I think he leads the baseball in steals. I think he has 23 steals. And then his home run production is down, but he is nearing 300, which is pretty insane for a third baseman. I mean, I know he's played a lot at DH in the last couple of years just because they rotate guys in and out. We've always had a pretty decent utility guy, but we'll see. We'll see if he kind of snaps out of this. I think the AL MVP race is wide open. Yordan Alvarez, depending on, he might get traded to an NL team. He might get traded, or he might just crush in Houston all year. Bobby Witt looks incredible. Aaron Judge is hurt. J-Ram's not doing his normal thing. I want to say people were like trying to clamor for Murakami, but he's hurt. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So there's a lot to be. Yeah, 240 is definitely low for him. He's pressing. You can see it, especially earlier in May. He was he was swinging at everything. The issue with J-Ram, even Stephen Kwan has a little bit of this. Bobby Witt is actually another one. Their swing and miss is so good, or lack thereof. They don't miss a lot. Is that when they swing at bad pitches, they usually make they make contact, but it's not good contact. So there is a flaw in the system of having like really good ability to get the bat on the ball. if you do that on bad pitches, you're getting bad contact. So J-Ram is always a victim of that. Bobby Witt, surprisingly, his K rate's actually down pretty far this year, but he just makes some bad swing decisions. So it's kind of a catch-22. And then Stephen Kwan. I mean, I can't even. I don't remember a baseball player other than I guess maybe Miles Straw in the last 5 years who when he comes into the box, the outfielders. I feel like the outfielders could move up. Like as a major league hitter, I've never felt that outfielders could just move in. Chandler Simpson, I suppose. Miles Straw didn't have a home run for like 2.5 years. So yeah, JPack just hit me with a whatnot is not the spot for the Vlad autos. I'm aware, but when you have 3 copies of one card numbered to 10, I wanted to move one on there. My Blue Jays guy showed up like as soon as the card was over. So I think if he was in there, there would have been more action on it. And that is one of the things on my show and tell. I bought, was it 32? 32 sounds right. 32 Vladimir Guerrero Jr. highlights autos from 2020 Tops. This is a PSA 9. 3 of them are graded. The others are raw. There are up to 3 copies of some of them. They're all numbered to 10. Jay back in the chat got these to me if I could get that 3 of 10. He still needs VGJ3. So if anyone sees this now or forever in the future till the end of time, as long as this video is on the internet, please contact JBax1631 in the chat or me or anyone associated with me. We will get it to him somehow, some way. So I like your idea of putting them out in the wild and maybe they pop up. I don't think there are currently any listed on eBay right now, right? I haven't put any up yet, but I will by the end of the week. I don't know how to search this. Do you search highlights? Highlights auto? Because I feel like highlights is going to bring up some. Oh, there are some listed. 250, 250, 295, 200. Yeah, I was going to be way less than that. That's 30. I'm making sure that what yours isn't listed right now. I'm sure you check every single hour of every single day, but I'm just making sure. 11, 17. Okay. I feel better. I was going to list these in like the 80 range, but I might be selling myself short. Maybe I start at 100 and I do the graded ones at 150. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. And so on those, do you have automatic notifications? Because I have an issue with the eBay like saved search that it won't notify me until the next morning. And if it's certain searches, that card has been gone. So if it's listed at 8 p.m. at night and I get the email at 9:30 in the morning, that card was sold at 8:30 last night. Like I'm 13 hours behind on some of the cards I look for. Hey, Don, I appreciate you. I just packaged that up, by the way. So you and I have 2 more to go. I was a little late getting started today. Game day, what's going on? Appreciate you guys being here. I was looking through my sales last night, and I have see you're the same thing the day after. Yeah. I was looking through my sales the last 2 days. So the summer slowdown, I put that on the thumbnail, is in full effect. I noticed it both in traffic and my average sales price. When I'm looking at my whatnot metrics, the overall sales are way down, but what I did notice is that my traffic is still there. And one of the things I notice about the shows that I do, I have a good show, like a very good show, is it literally takes one buyer who ends up buying. I mean, I've had up to 70 orders from one person. They bought 20% of the show. It literally takes one buyer to change that outcome. And I just haven't had one of those buyers who bids on, let's call it 50% of the cards at $1, $2, $3, $7. And, if they are bidding against people who are truly locked into that card, then they're bidding those cards up. That person bids more. And then the OG, the person who ends up buying 70 cards, they win a lot of the stuff on the way there. So they just raise the floor up so much. I put the on deck card on my whatnot shows to just kind of give people a little heads up on what's coming next. The sales on the show from Sunday, there were some incredible steals. Some of the best buying opportunities I've ever seen. That Sungjin Kim auto, from it was a Panini auto. So if you don't immediately recognize the card, that's probably part of it. But his Bowman autos are 200 plus dollars, and his that Panini Select auto, the Prism form, is a $40 card. I think there were sales of 50, maybe even up to 70, and that card went for $4. So it's interesting. That's when I say the what's it called? The summer slowdown is in full effect. Yes, so one just sold for 38, 53, 50, 45. Yeah. So I mean 40 to 50. So it went for $4. That was just not having the right person in the room who knows who SJK is, or two people who know who SJK is. It's all part of the process. And yeah, just need to build the traffic up. The traffic has been okay. It's just the focused buyers is what I have. So Don, this is not like a knock on you. This is just reality. You have certain players and Reds cards. Like that's what you're looking for. And if it's not that, you're probably not interested unless it's a like case hit that you know has more value to it, or like a Vladdy auto that sitting at $7 or something like that. So I just need to bring in more buyers or more buyers overall, but also do more focused shows. So like when I did the Witt show, the Judge show, even the first Vlad show, even though my traffic for those shows was way less, it was dedicated buyers to exactly what I was selling, and less of a broad, hey, this is all of the baseball cards I have right now. So I do think you'll see more themed shows. I talked about this a few weeks ago, but I was in the process of moving, so I didn't want to sink a bunch of cards into a player, move them, and then or sink a bunch of money into one player, move them, and then set up the show. So now that I'm in the trenches of into this new place, a new system, new plan, I do think an Ohtani show is coming, and probably like team shows. One thing I think I want to do is a team show, and kind of cover more eras, because what I do is I do very ultra modern cards that literally in the last 2 years, even some of the 2023, 2022 stuff, I don't ignore it, but it has to be very specialized for me to grab it. So I think a team collector based show or a team based show would bring in player or people from those teams. And then the requests can even get more specific. If I run a red show, I know Sal Stewart, Chase Burns, Ellie De La Cruz are going to do fine. But if I run a specialized, so all of a sudden Joey Votto is going to be more interesting. Johnny Bench is going to be more interesting. Divisions is a good idea. I do like that. Because I do think like a show based around the Rockies is going to struggle. A show based around the Twins might struggle right now because those teams aren't as popular. The Angels would struggle. I mean, unless I specifically said, hey, Angels plus 30 Ohtani cards, like that might have a little bit of weight. But if it's not Ohtani, Trout's going to have some following. But outside of Ohtani and Trout, I have no idea what I would even sell. And Don, that is exactly what that you are who I want. I want people who are collectors, because resellers have a certain ceiling on stuff that they're just not going to overpay. So a good mix of resellers to have a safe floor and collectors that get cards that they want, give me requests, give me things to look out for, is really important. So the summer slowdown is happening. I can feel it. My sales are down, but I know that this is part of the baseball card market. From now until after the All-Star break is probably going to be a struggle. So, I mean, I can make it 6 weeks of focusing more on volume and less on trying to hit home runs on shows, and just do more shows versus having expectations. If I have 4 shows a week and I sell 120 cards, I can tell you what my baseline will be. And in the fall and in the spring, when baseball is a little more popular, those periods are going to be much more varying. Some of those shows are going to absolutely crush, and my expectations when I go into those shows are obviously a little high, but the results, they give me more flexibility is essentially what it is. Those shows, some of them are going to just go insane. And even, I mean, we could go back less than a month. May 14th was the Bowman release show. That show for me, and I did 2 back-to-back Wednesday and Thursday. Those 2 shows were incredible. And so I'm hoping some Series 2 carryover today will help. And then I have some more Topps Chrome Platinum coming. I don't like to shorten words without the G. I'm sorry. More Topps Chrome Platinum coming, so that will be fun to rip. And yeah, I'll be ripping a lot over the next few days. And I just bought Series 2 live on the channel. So Series 2 blaster case coming today. The odds just dropped, so I get to do a little research as soon as this is over, after I hit the post office, of course. Series 2 release. I have a blaster coming. I was looking at the checklist. They used to make foil parallels of every single player, but they're not doing every single player, every single parallel anymore. The vintage stock, the clears have always kind of, not, I shouldn't say always, the clears have sometimes had like a partial checklist, but between the clears, the vintage stock, and then the blaster exclusive holiday foils, those do not cover the entire checklist. So I believe it's 3 of the holiday foils per blaster. So if I have 120 cards off of a condensed checklist and I can get those listed and sold within the next few days, that should actually be pretty good. The rookie checklist is strong. There was some carryover from Series 1 insert only rookies to now having a base card. So those parallels will be available. I don't think we'll have parallels of the top 4. I say the top 4. Murakami is definitely in the top 4, but there's 4 at the end of the checklist that are short prints. I believe it's Weatherholt, Justin Crawford. It might be Benj and McGonigal. I could be right. The team border is limited, and so is True Photo, I believe, Mike. So yeah, good call on that. So they are limiting some of the parallels, which I don't understand. The entire point of I know the Golden Mirror is still every card, but the entire point of the Golden Mirror and the True Photo and even the team border covering all of the players was to have more hits, to have a little more. Well, at least my thought was that it was adding a little bit more value to the product. If the hit rate stays the same, then you just have those better players printed more. So I don't know, it kind of defeats the purpose. I noticed Series 1, the team borders, they dropped very quickly because of how many of them were available. And personally, from like my digging at value boxes and looking at shows, Junior Caminero was a guy that I saw, I don't know, 5 times. I bought and sold 2 of them. I might even still have one for listed for sale. But yeah, there was just that shortening of the checklist kind of dilutes the entire product. Even though, yeah, no one needs a Miles Straw team color border, it's still better than not getting a team color border. Let's see, active. Maybe I can find team color. I have a lot of those listed because they are. If I see any player in a dollar box, I grab the team color border. Wow, I have more listed than I thought. I have 26 listed right now, and I know I have more that are unlisted. Yeah, still have a Caminero up for 20. Still have a Kershaw up for 50. And if you could not guess, I'm probably a little off on both of those, or they would have sold by now. I get what you're saying, J-Back. I really do. I almost didn't get Series 2. I actually put my order in for blasters on Monday. And it was actually, I was in the post office parking lot when I put in my order because I was dropping off my weekend orders. The summer slowdown is here. The sales were down. And I was thinking back to what actually did well on Sunday night. And it was actually the Topps Chrome Platinum singles. So people are still interested in a new product when it comes out. Murakami was a highly requested player. I know those rookies like Sal Stewart, any hits and inserts are going to do well. So I wasn't going to open it. And then at the last second, because of bad sales, I decided to pivot and I grabbed a case of it, which is kind of like opposite thinking, but we'll see. A blaster case at less than retail. I think I paid. So it was under $1,200 plus a 1% discount. So I think I'm into it for like $1,140. So like a blaster and a half for free, essentially, with again no tax because of the resale certificate. So I'm in an okay spot on the entry price. It's a pretty safe floor with Series 2. I can put together base sets. I know the rookie inserts are going to sell well, and if I run into a hit or two, then we're in really good shape. The hobby and jumbo definitely have better hits in them. They put in some case hits that are hobby and jumbo only. Some of the parallels are hobby and jumbo only. I want to say there's a certain autograph segment that's only autograph and jumbo as well. Silver packs are always going to carry some value. So the hobby and jumbo is definitely going to produce better hits overall. However, when you're talking about a $30 blaster or hobby, I mean, now I need to look at blowout pricing because I just bought it for $127.99, which is crazy for a Series 2 hobby box. But let's see what blowout has it at. I want to say it was literally $200. Blowout is usually how I keep like track of things. So they have it at 175. That's at least reasonable. Blasters are still at 30. A jumbo case over $2,000 for a 6-box jumbo case. I can't get on board with that. That is tough. I didn't even look to see what they were on Tops because I want to say the opening day price or the pre-sale price was 250 or something like that. And just for Series 2, I cannot pull the trigger on that. There's not enough value in the base set. Although the base set's getting less and less relevant, people just don't care, and there's so much printed of it. So overall, I agree. My interest in Series 1, Series 2 is definitely down. I can't even imagine what update is going to be priced at. That I'm not looking forward to that. That'll probably be a retail-only rip for me as well. But I will say Topps Chrome Platinum. Man, if you can get Topps Chrome Platinum blasters at retail, so Dick's, Target, Walmart, wherever you're shopping, that is a product that I will buy until I never see it again. You could put it on the shelf. You could rip it. You can sell it sealed right now. You could do whatever you want. I think it is a can't miss, can't lose product. Topps limited the purchases to 20 blasters, or I would have bought every blaster I could see. And I do have 20 more blasters coming tomorrow. So that'll probably be a rip for me. What is that? $647. That's okay. I'll do that every single time. Yeah. I do want to do 100 cases of each format. That would be awesome. I think the most I've ever done of one product is 5 cases. And I thought the best part about doing bulk like that was the ability to sell sealed or complete sets. However, there are only so many buyers of complete sets. So if you have, I think I didn't even sort them all because I have them stacked in 3,200 count boxes. I sorted 20 sets out. I was like, all right, once I sell 15 or 16 of these, then I'll sort the rest of it. I think I've sold 4 of those sets. So if it's not an immediate release date product, it is tough to sell those sealed sets because the buyers have already bought them, or they're just not like something that people are focused on. So if anyone needs a 2023 Topps Heritage set, let me know. That is definitely something I learned. And I would not say the hard way because I still did fine on that overall rip. I want to say Dave and Adams had 20 case, or maybe it was 40 box case, 20 box case. Either way, his mega boxes of 2023 Heritage got down to like, it was $17 a box. They released at 50. And so if you're ripping anything at 1/3 of the MSRP, I feel pretty confident in it. Aside from 2022 Topps Chrome Sonic boxes, those were brutal. 2023 Heritage, though, was just such a safe rip. The short prints alone, selling the complete set without a short print was tough, but selling a complete set with the short prints, those flew. And almost at full ask. I think they were $200 a pop, and I think I did 8 of them. I mean, that was 1,600 of my 3,200 back in just complete sets. Plus, I had 400 loose short prints that just sell consistently for me. So that was a really safe rip. 2023 update, I think I did 4 cases. It was retail. I did blasters. I want to say it was 3 or 4 cases. Easy rip overall. The blasters, that was the first year they did the holiday foils. So I had however many that was, 360 different parallels. And I pulled some really low numbered stuff. Judge to 5, and then a Trout Julio Rodriguez combo card to 10. So those themselves covered a big old stack of blasters. I actually made a video for that on my YouTube channel about like ripping for profit. But the tracking of each card, because the sales don't come in clean. I can't just search 2023 update and get a sales report from it. What happens is someone will buy 7 cards. 4 of them are from 2023 update and 3 are from anything else. And I do know what my base price is when someone buys 7 cards. The discount kicks in, my shipping. I do know what my base price is per card, but it was just hard to track that on a daily basis. So I wanted to do a follow-up video to see how long it took me to get to profit, 2, how much profit I made, and then do like check-ins every 6 months, 12 months, how many cards sold, things like that. But the work became overbearing. And that's actually about the time I stopped making YouTube videos because I was just focused on selling and shipping and packing more so than making content, which, looking back, a pretty big mistake on my part was not making a video. If you keep 3 videos in a 90-day period, so once a month, your monetization stays on. But since I fell out of that rotation of keeping 3 videos every 90 days, I lost the monetization, and I'm still now 8 months of making almost weekly content, trying to get back in the monetization slot. So it's tough. It's tough when I don't make a ton of content. I should definitely make more long form, but even on the video that I made that has a lot of views and did the best for me was like one of the tips to myself that I said I've learned is done is better than perfect. Man, I have such a hard time with that. I've started multiple videos where I try and do like talk about running the business, how I'm sourcing, things like that, and I just absolutely it. I feel like I'm just blabbering, and that's kind of what I do here, which is great. But that is the point of this show. If someone clicks on a video, it needs to be tight, it needs to be scripted, and it needs to just be like as bullet point heavy as possible and just get to the point as fast as possible. So I struggle with that because I just like talking about cards in general. And when I think of one thing, it sends me on a tangent. And yeah, I'm not good at editing, so I can't just like bring it back together. But you're only good at things that you don't practice. So I need to practice editing. One day I will get into the swing of fully locking into making content. You put only rips. I wish I could do only rips, but ripping is expensive these days. I was looking for some older product that I could do like some bulk ripping. I still think 2025 Topps Archives is one of those products that I could rip. As long as I cleared 100 blasters, I could probably make money. But I just talked about the complete sets. That was one of the things at the time of the product release that I thought had a safe floor. That's probably not true anymore because the people who wanted an archive set probably have one. Let's see when the last complete archives set sold. It's a 300 card set. Oops, archives. Complete set minus pick. You got to take out those pick listings. So the last one sold on March 1st for $57. Pretty strong, but March 1st is 40 days ago. I cannot sit on I'm probably going to be able to make, if I did 100 blasters, probably be able to make 20 sets. In theory, it'd be great if I could immediately collect $50 20 times, but that is not how it's going to come out. It'll come out once a month for the next 2.5 years is when one of those will sell. Yeah, I actually don't consume a lot of rip content because the same thing. People do make me angry. There's like two types of people that take way too long and people that go way too fast. They don't actually like cover anything in the product. So I totally get what you're saying about people making you angry, violently angry. I don't know, but yeah, I don't consume a ton of it because I don't love a lot of what other people do. And that's I think I struggle, and why I struggle making content is because I see what other people do. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then it gets in my head, and then I'm trying to make a perfect video instead of a video that's complete. 28 minutes, not bad. I have one note written down today. I'm just shooting from the hip with my 3 topics in the chat. I appreciate you guys keeping me going. So I moved, and since I moved, I searched like new card shops or areas that might carry cards, places that might carry cards. In the plaza that my post office is in, there is a place called, I think it's called Sweets and Geeks, and they have a card section. They sell singles, they sell sealed. It's definitely geared towards non-sports, so TCG, One Piece, Disney stuff, all that kind of. I don't want to say nonsense because that's not what it is. It's very, very popular, but stuff that I'm just not focused on. There are some sports, very limited, but one thing that I did take from it is the singles that were in there for baseball, there was maybe 50 of them. 20 of those were dollar stuff, 20 were $5. And then there were 10 cards that were marked, $60 and up. And I looked up each and every single one of them. They were all above like last comps. But I did take note of it. Something that I saw specifically was an Aiden Miller autograph, who's a prospect for the Phillies. And I know that card is listed at Sweets and Geeks for $80. So if Aiden Miller debuts or he rips off a huge week in minor leagues, makes a hot list or something. I do know though that that's sitting there for 80. So if his base auto, which is sitting around 60 right now, suddenly doubles, then I can go make a move on that. So even though I didn't find anything that I can buy right now, it is a good spot to just kind of keep an eye on and see what's there. And then there is another one around here. It was more of an auction house that focuses on memorabilia. They did have some cards and overpriced cards. Did Aiden Miller just get called up? Man, I've had a lot of tabs open in this show today. Let's see. Did he get called up? He has a back injury from May 19th. I think that's all I see. I don't see a call-up notification. So I think he's hurt. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what they're talking about. Okay. Platinum checklist, and you're not going to like it. Yeah. That makes sense to me. I don't like a lot of other people's content. I think some people just like they legitimately make content to get clicks, and that's just not for me. I really like there are a few content creators I really like that are centered around sports cards. One is the podcast I was on, the Ball Card Show. Even they get a little like off topic and don't focus so much on buying and selling, which man, that the content that is good from them is so good. It is unmatched on the internet. No one talks the business side like they do. They do a really good job. Triple Crown is another guy that I really respect because of the way he breaks down sales and things like that. It's not content that I think I could ever make his style, but I do like the information that he presents and the way that he talks through ideas. Man, I cannot get on board with Stryker. I don't know what it is. One or two videos of his, he probably, based on his viewer count and stuff like that, he probably does make the best content around that. But I cannot watch him. I don't know what it is. There are certain people that like I give them a couple seconds, and once they don't like pass the eye test or whatever it is, I know it's my own biases. I'm just like I won't watch them. Slab Squatch, which does he has been on a few videos, but his video presence is not nearly as good as his writing. His product breakdowns, they're all in writing, which I prefer to consume because I can read it wherever. His product breakdowns are some of the best I've seen in my entire life. It's the best resource for modern sports cards on the internet right now, in my honest opinion. And that includes checklist websites, whatever websites are out there. His product breakdowns, print runs, expected hits, expected parallels, expected cent per hit. His stuff is insanely valuable. Series 2 odds just dropped, so I'm hoping he has an odds video or an odds breakdown for that, so I can see what kind of stuff I want to lock into. Will be really interested to see what he has for that. And then also I was hoping that Topps Chrome Platinum odds would release because I want to see what his breakdown for that is. Anyway, yeah, those are the content creators I really like. Also, Big Bob over at Prospect Analytics, his stuff is very, very good. It is pay to play on that stuff though, so I do pay for it because how much it helped me in 2026 Bowman has already paid for itself. The singles, the first Bowmans that I'm looking for, stuff like that in value boxes. The amount of time that it saved me from searching on eBay, sorting by highest, trying to find the top players or whatever. His breakdown, I mean, it just laid it out perfectly for how my brain thinks. So if anyone is interested and wants to pay for that subscription, I would suggest paying for 1 month. Consume the info that you want to see and then move on to yearly subscription if you like it, or move on to something else if you don't like it. Joe, I appreciate you being here. We're going to see some Vlad autos on the internet. Hopefully VGJ3 pops up here soon. I'm hoping Series 2 comes before 3 ripping and live on Whatnot at 8 o'clock with some of those singles, as well as some singles I picked up this weekend. So, guys, thank you. I'll be back next Wednesday, the 17th. Until then, have a good one.